This video will contain spoilers for the Shaman King manga as well as the Shaman King 2021 anime. Your tribal chief has warned you. And remember guys, whatever I say about the 2021 anime will also apply to the manga. Now let's start off this video. Ryu follows the trend of characters in Shaman King who were enemies of our main character Yo into becoming one of the main heroes and subsequently becoming one of Yo's closest friends. Both the 2001 and 2021 anime are pretty much the same really, but with a few notable changes and differences between all incarnations of Ryu. Changes which I will get into in a bit. Let's talk about his journey as a character. Ryu is the guy that wants to find his best place. Now although he has different dreams such as his dream of becoming a sushi chef in America as he mentioned in chapter 48 of the manga and episode 8 of the 2021 anime, his main goal is for him to find a place where he can call home as he explains to Manta the meaning behind his catchphrase, best place. But it turned out that as Ryu was chilling more and more with Yo and the others, he soon realizes that his best place is with Yo. As he explains when Team Funbari Hot Spring are fighting off against Team Iceman, Ryu explains that he wants to help Yo becoming Shaman King because he feels that Yo will be the one to make a world a better place for everyone. And that is where he believes he will find his best place. By chapter 295, when the stakes are at the most highest, Ryu explains to everyone that his best place was with Yo and his friends, which is basically the same character journey in the 2001 anime where Ryu becomes the most loyal friend to Yo. Whatever Yo asks of Ryu, Ryu will do with no hesitation or any questions back. I have to say, I think both versions of Ryu are spot on. Both the 2001 and the 2021 versions are equally good as one another because the character beats, motivation and journey are the exact same. Ryu is funny in both versions. I would argue that he is the main comedic relief in the 2021 version, which is such a blessing considering how much more of a darker tone the 2021 anime takes. What I love about Ryu's character in this story and in both the 2001 and 2021 versions is that he has this unshakable level of loyalty towards his friends and especially towards Yo. In the 2021 anime, Yo does have a lot of disagreements with his friends, such as the countless times Yo and Horo had arguments, especially during the episodes when Ren died. There was a real boiling point between Yo and Horo there. Well, mainly from Horo's end anyway. Ren still saw Yo as a rival, and I know they're close friends, but there is that heated competition still between Ren and Yo, especially during the Team Ren vs Team Funbari Hot Spring. Both Horo and Ren are more or less going for the kill against Yo. So despite there being a very close friendship between Yo and Ren, there is still a little bit of tension because of the rivalry with each other. And finally we had Lysug, who left the group to join up with the X-Laws. Yo and Lysug still remain friends, but Lysug still left Yo with a group who goes against the core of Yo's beliefs in the sanctity of human life, which the X-Laws don't give a shit about. If they see you as evil and a lawbreaker, they will kill you, as we saw in the execution of Team Nile in episode 21 of the 2021 anime. As you can see, despite these characters being very close to Yo, there is a bit of background tension behind the scenes. Not everything is all sunshine and flowers within these friendships, which makes the series more realistic. I'm sure every one of us had many arguments with our close friends. Me being the tribal chief of the Shaman tribe, I've had a few arguments in the comment section with a few fellow tribe members, but it's all cool because we're not going to agree on the same thing, and that's okay. But Ryu is the one character where there is no background tension. Yes, there was tension at the beginning of the story, but after the Tokageroh incident, he became the most loyal friend Yo can ever dream of. An example of this is episode 35 of the 2021 anime, where House minions ambush Yo and the gang. Ryu, without any hesitation, chose to stay behind and fend off House minions by himself, with Yo trusting Ryu that he can do it. Their friendship is very similar to Zoro and Luffy's friendship in One Piece. There is an iconic scene with Zoro where he saves Luffy's life from one of the 7 Shichibukais, Bartholomew Kuma, and takes all the battle damage and pain that Luffy suffered, which could have potentially resulted in Zoro dying as he himself is fully banged up from the fight against Oz Jr. But Zoro, without any hesitation, took the pain in order to save his captain's life. Now, I know Zoro is a very different character personality-wise compared to Ryu, but the same theme of loyalty runs through the core of both of these characters. Just like Zoro, Ryu would also give his life in order to save Yo, who is his captain, or should I say chief, as that's what Ryu calls Yo throughout the story. In a world where we see that characters are not genuine with each other, such as Marco lying to all the ex-lords that the Iron Maiden is a holy figure, or even in episode 43 where Hao's minions didn't even know that Hao can read minds, and we end up seeing Peyote, one of Hao's hardcore followers, turn on his comrades so easily and killing them all. We see a lot of deceit from characters because this series is a very grey series. Yo himself is no angel. When he broke his promise to the ex-lords for staying out of the Shaman tournament in exchange for Ren's life, he broke that oath. So then when you see a character like Ryu who fully believes in Yo and will literally die for him, it brings almost an innocence back to the series. Not loyalty for the sake of being loyal, but for actually believing in Yo, which makes Ryu's character very wholesome and likable. Now when I compare some of the differences between the 2001 and 2021 animes, let's start off with the scene where Manta runs away from Jun and Lee Pairong in search for a weapon for Yo to use against Lee Pairong, which is episode 7 of the 2001 anime and episode 3 of the 2021 anime. Now the big change here is that the 2001 anime decides to have Manta take a sword from the group of random thugs where Manta is getting beaten up, but then eventually saved by Ryu. The 2021 version is more faithful to the manga as there was no random group of thugs. The guy that Manta was trying to borrow the sword off from was Ryu. Now, I won't lie, I prefer what the 2001 anime did here in this scene, because before this scene, we saw Ryu slowly starting to gain respect for Yo, as he is the one that saves him from Ren just before Ren is about to give the killing blow in the first Yo vs Ren fight. He could also just barely see Bason and Amidomaru when Ren and Yo had their first clash. And what does Yo constantly say throughout the series? If a person is able to see ghosts, that means they are a good person at heart. Ryu also willingly giving his prized wooden sword to Manta also started to show us a different side to Ryu, because before this moment we just thought he was some low-life scum who has nothing better to do, but this moment showed to us that Ryu might be a decent guy, highlighting to us that whenever there is a moment you need someone to rely on, Ryu is the man to go to. It was from these moments that he started his journey into becoming a shaman. Him slowly gaining respect for Yo also intrigued his interest into becoming a shaman. This was literally a new path of life for him now, and it started from this moment when he decided to help Manta. The 2021 version is still okay. Ryu was still a bit of a prick and had no signs of turning a corner, whereas in the 2001 anime you can see signs just before episode 7 that Ryu might have a softer side to him, which made him more likable for me. Not far after this scene, we also had the mini Tokageroh arc, in which Tokageroh possesses Ryu's body in order to kill Amidomaru after Amidomaru integrated with Yo. Both the 2001 and 2021 anime versions are the same. However, and I know this is going to be very controversial, I prefer the dubbed 2001 version of this moment compared to the rest regarding Ryu's character. The moment where Amidomaru slices the Harusame in half, but then Tokageroh is still trying to get the blade, but then falls to the floor and starts shaking as if he's having an epileptic fit. In all versions, including the manga, it is because that Ryu is not a shaman and two souls cannot live in one body. So Tokageroh just being inside of a normal human like Ryu at that time was killing Ryu. But the dub changed all of this. Instead of Ryu's body shaking due to him not being a shaman and his body being progressively weaker the longer Tokageroh holds onto his body, the dub made Ryu be the one to fight Tokageroh back, which was the reason why Tokageroh couldn't pick up the broken half of the Harusame. Am I the only one that likes this? In the 2001 anime, like I mentioned previously, Ryu was able to see Amidomaru and Bason in the Ren vs Yo fight. Not completely, but he was still able to make out that something else is there. In fact, he even says in the episode what is on their backs, talking about the ghosts. And that's both the dub and the sub of the 2001 anime. So even though he's not a shaman yet, because he has been exposed to shamans such as Yo, Anna, Ren and Jun, and then in episode 8 after Yo and Jun had their clash, Ryu wanted to become a shaman. So it's all there, but he's not a shaman just yet. He can see the powers of a shaman, and he can tell when a shaman has integrated with a ghost. Backing up with his desire to become a shaman, I think this moment was justified for Ryu to fight back against Tokageroh, even if it is for a split second. This moment also shows us that his loyalty to his friends has no bounds. He wanted to break free of Tokageroh's grip and right the wrongs that Tokageroh has done, which is why in the very next episode, he allowed himself to be possessed by Mosuke to repair the Harusame, which was broken solely because of Tokageroh. I might be the only Shaman King fan who enjoyed this moment. moment in the dub, but it was great characterization from Ryu, showing shaman potential within Ryu's character as well as his devotion to his friends to protect them at all costs, despite being possessed and almost dying in this scenario. Now, the 2021 anime had a significant scene in terms of Ryu's core character beliefs when he fights off against Boris in episode 16 of the 2021 anime. The 2001 anime went in a completely different direction when this fight was meant to be a fight between Ryu and Boris, physically and philosophically. And what sparked the fight off is when Boris killed one of his own teammates in the episode, which infuriates Ryu. I mentioned throughout this video that Ryu's main belief is being loyal to his friends, and seeing someone kill their friend without any remorse got him in a state of shock. You don't truly understand what friendship means to Ryu until you fully dig deep in this episode. Ryu has survived his whole life thanks to his old friends before he met Yo and the rest of the main cast. His friends are his family. He didn't want a best place just for himself. He wanted it for his friends as well. That's why he wants Yo to be Shaman King, because the easy world that Yo would make if he was to be king would be the best place for everyone. Ryu was the one that got Manta reunited with Yo after Yo told Manta to get lost just after his fight against Faust. Ryu gave Manta that push for him to go out and see Yo. Friendship and loyalty means everything to him. That's why he was in a 2-month depression when Lyserg left to join up with the X-Laws, because for him, that's the ultimate betrayal. How do you just leave your friends like that? Where's the loyalty there? Ryu is what you would call a bro. Having him being a genuine friend to Yo without posing any threats to him is so refreshing to see in a world full of overly competitive shamans. He is a friend that we all need in our lives. That's why all incarnations of Ryu's character are awesome. But enough from me. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to the Shaman Tribe.